Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's white to play and win. Black's pawn is going in this direction and the queen is lined up with a king, right? With a opponent's king, with the enemy's king. So that means if we move, if we make any king move, that would result a check, a discover check by the queen. So with this all information, go ahead, pause the video and guess the correct move in this position. Best of luck. Okay, welcome back. Here you might probably play king to f6 or this move, hoping that if the king moves here, we just deliver checkmate this way, and if the king moves here, we just deliver checkmate this way. That is a nice idea, but that is not the correct move, unfortunately, because after we play any of these moves, it doesn't really matter. The king will just escape this way. The king will play either to d7 or f7 if the king moves here, of course, right? If the king moves here, the king will play here. It's basically the same thing. So what the king is going to do is just after the king plays to f7, now the rooks are connected, which means the rooks cannot be captured in this position. The black king will just play here and here, and yeah, we can't do anything. We can just give some checks, but we can't do anything, right? So we can give a check, but the king will play here. The rooks are still defending each other, right? We can play here, but that does mean nothing, right? So that is it. This is just a draw. This is just a draw. So we have a queen now, but one of the rook can play here, of course, and block the king's access, or can play here. So the king can't go near of this black king. That means we just out of tricks. We can't do anything with the queen alone, right? So that is the problem. This is just a draw. So this looks logical, but that is not the correct move. Oh, so these two moves are not the correct move, and we don't have anything to do. I mean, both checks are not possible, and this is the check. But here in this position, obviously the king can't play there. The king can play here, and we don't have anything, right? So if we take this pawn, black will just play rook to g7, and notice now we don't have any checks. We can give a check, of course. This is the safest check, I think, but that doesn't do anything, right? So this is not the correct move either from the beginning. So the thing you need to see in this position is if these rooks become connected, it's going to be game over. Basically, it would be game over for us. So now in this position, the correct move is to play queen to e5. So the idea of queen to e5 is we are just in a good position, and we are giving the move turn to black. So if black moves anything, it would be losing, right? So that is the problem. For example, black can't play here, obviously. We're just going to take this, and that would result a checkmate immediately. So black can't play there. You might think, what about here? Well, that's a good move, but in this position we can play queen to b5, and obviously the king can't go there because it's checkmate. So the king has to play here, but we just play queen to b7 and threatening both this, right? So the king can't play. I mean, if the king plays here, we just deliver checkmate, and this is another checkmate the king has to deal with, right? So basically black is not in a good position, and this rook is hanging, which means if black saves the rook, we just deliver checkmate this way. And you probably thinking, what if black plays rook to e8 check? Well, that is a good move, but we can play f6 with a king, right? So this is still checkmate, right? And black has nothing to do with this, right? So if this, we just take this, and that is obviously checkmate. Black can't do anything like that, anything stupid like that. Black might probably play here, right? So that is the move that might make any sense in this position for black to save, to fight with one rook, of course, but this is winning for white. Sorry for the pop-up notification. So basically this is losing for black. So if black plays rook to a8, that looks very nice, but that is still losing. Of course black can't play here, we just take with checkmate. And you're probably thinking, what if black plays here? So what do we do? So in this position we can queen move by playing queen to b5, and yeah, the king can't play, of course. This is just checkmate. So black has to block with a rook, and I think, yeah, this is mate in 3. So if black plays rook to f8, it would be mate in 3. So we see this rook can't move, right? The other thing you need to notice is this rook can't move anywhere like this way, because this is going to be just checkmate, and it's the same with this rook. This is going to be just checkmate, right? So that is the idea, and that is of course not the solution. You probably might assume this move, but that is not the correct move. Notice I said in the beginning, if we move the king to anywhere, like to any square, it would be a discover check, right? So at the same time we are attacking the rook. Yes, the king can block, can defend the rook this way, but we can play queen to d5, and now this is the only way to keep defending the rook, and black is going to lose the other rook here, right? So in this position black has to play here. I think that is the better move. So we just take this, and of course we are going to win this, right? So that is the problem. And all of rook move, of course the king can't move after we play queen to e5. Of course the king can't move here, otherwise we just check here, and no, the king will skip this way. I think I didn't see this. I mean, I thought the king would back this way, but this is the move. I think, yeah, that's the move, and the king has to play here, and this is just a checkmate. So if the king moves opposite way, it's a similar thing. We just move here and deliver checkmate on e7, right? So that is the idea. The rook can't move, and the pawn here has to play. So all of these moves are going to lead black in just losing position. We just play here, it's a check, has to block this way. We play here, and queen to f7 is next to take this rook. So that is the idea, and black has to make a move, but black can't play here, because in this position we just give this check. Notice the king can't play here, the king has to play to d8. So we take the pawn on a5, and the king has to play that. That is the only move, and this is basically just we just play queen to e5, and now black has to play a move, but it's similar thing as I showed you. Black has no good moves, right? So I think, I don't know what is the good move for black. I think this is the good move, right? It's similar with this move too. So we play here, giving a check and attacking the rook at the same time, and we win the rook. So the last variation might be after this. So what would we do if the rook blocks this check? So what do we do? So in this position, we just play queen to d5, and the king can't play here. This is checkmate. The king can play here, but this is another checkmate. So basically in this position, after we play queen to e5, the best move for black is to play here, actually to waste a move. And we play here, no. So the king has not to play here. This is just checkmate, so the king has to play this way. So we play here, the king will play here to not get mated. So basically we arrive at the same position, so the pawn will waste a tempo. So from this position on, it's basically the same thing. So this is the solution of the puzzle. If you found all of this, congratulations. Make sure to subscribe to see similar chess puzzle videos like this. Bye.